Hi, I got an invitation. You? What are you doing here? Oh, what happened? I wanted to leave, but they wouldn't let me. Are you sure this isn't just some sort of misunderstanding? Look,